little bit of a different twist to things. We want to go over rent versus buying. So a lot of you guys out there are sitting there, you watch rates doing what they're doing, you're watching the home value prices go up and up and up and up and up. But I really want to dissect the rental market, because a lot of the naysayers out in everywhere keep telling you the housing market's going to crash, the housing market's going to crash. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, you're probably thinking, well, what do I do? Because there's a housing crash coming, but my rent's crazy too. So let's put all this together. I actually created a calculator that I put on my website. It's not the end all beat all, the determining factor of you should buy a house. That's up to you guys. But I want to at least give you on the path of how do you analyze this stuff. So without further ado, let's get over to it. There's really no economic news out today, so I'll go over that here with you in a second. And the markets are basically calm. So I figured this would be a perfect day to go over this scenario for you, because I got a lot of people calling saying, I want to rent, but I want to buy, but I don't know what to do. So what do we do? Okay, so let's go through this. Let's just put the math over onto this. So let's go over to, we know rates are going to go up. Okay, the Federal Reserve is back against a wall with the inflation numbers. So their goal here is to reduce inflation. And how do they do that? They raise rates, and they've raised rates dramatically. You've seen mortgage rates go up. That's pretty much pulling down the housing market. So we know rates are going to go up. That's number one. The average rents in America right now, this is a survey that I found online. You can find it. I'll try to put the URL down below. But average rents, I didn't even realize this till I did the video. Since 1980, the average rents went up 8.86% a year. So think about that. If we think the housing market's getting really out of whack, rents are really crazy, okay? And they're only getting crazier. If you see in this report, you can see right down through here, according to one measure, in 2021, rents in certain areas went up over 20% in 1 year. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, so do you buy into this crash where we know houses are inflated, or do we continue to rent? Well, let's just put some math to this equation. Okay, so let's look at, I just picked out Houston. Okay, Houston. What's the average rents in Houston? You might live in Houston, you might not live in Houston. You can find this out on your own just by Googling it. Okay, the average rents in Houston right now are $1,304. Okay, might sound pretty good. But then you look at the square footage of the house. Guys, my garage is bigger than 800 square foot. No disrespect, but that's a pretty small little place. Can you fit two people in there with a child, maybe a dog and a fish tank? Probably not. But let's just use these numbers. Okay, so the average rent in Houston's $1,304. Okay, we know it's going up 8% a year or more because we just saw that survey. Let's see, the average home value or the purchase price in Houston, $325. And all this is available right through Google. So we take these numbers. Let's go over to my website. I just created a brand new calculator, and it's rent versus buy. Let's do the math. So we go over to this, but the first thing I want to show you guys is where rates are right now. The rates haven't really moved. I know it's the rate update. I do this every day, but I'm putting a little spin to this. So here's where mortgage rates are today. So far we know what the rents are. We know what the purchase price of a house is in Houston. Now what's the rate? Well, the normal rate that people get, or the more normal program for first-time homebuyers, is an FHA loan. So we scroll down through here, and here's FHA loans, the rate for today, published by Mortgage News Daily. It's the national average out there, okay? So we're going to take 4.68. It's right down through here, okay? So we're going to round that to 475, just to be on the high end. Okay, so now we got our information. So we go over to therateupdate.com. Here's our website. Go to calculators, put a brand new calculator in there for you. Rent versus buy. So let's complete this thing. So we go through here. The average rents in Houston, $1,300. The monthly rental insurance, that's the rent insurance. So you're covered in case somebody breaks in or something. You're going to have some rent insurance. You got that in there. Expectation annual inflation rate. I actually put that at 3% because that's the national average of where we're trying to get to. So that's that part. The purchase price, $325, as we found out on our survey. Down payment on an FHA loan, you need 3.5% down. So that would equate out to right about $10,000. You go through here. Here's a whole bunch of other questions, but I'll go through those with you. Long term, you're going to look at a 30-year fixed rate. The average rate right now is 4.75, which we just showed. Discount points, let's throw in 1 point. I think it auto defaults to 1 point. Origination fee, we'll put another point in there just to be aggressive. Other closing costs, nothing. PMI, just keep those calculations there. These are the national averages. So they're nothing skewed one way or another. Homeowners insurance, that's probably about right. Average maintenance, this usually comes in at about $100. I put in $300 a month. Again, I want these, if you're buying a house, I want the numbers to look aggressive, okay? Meaning on the high end. So you guys don't think, oh, you're just skewing these numbers to make them look good. So we put that in there. Annual taxes. You can look up real estate taxes all over the country, what they might be. And in Houston, for that price range, it's about $3,000. You put that in there. State and federal income taxes, that's your taxes and so forth. And then you go down through here, home appreciation. How long do you want to stay in that house? This is a big number right here. I always say, if you don't plan on staying in the house for at least 3 years, don't buy it. Continue to rent, because you're not going to do any good. You're not going to make any money. You're probably going to end up losing money, even if the house appreciation continues to go up maybe 3-4% a year. So that's that piece of the puzzle. Realtor seller commission, it's usually about 2 to 3%. So we put that in there. And then we do the calculation. We hit calculate, and what does it do? So here's the analysis it does. But you can print a better version of this to make it a little more sexy, I guess is what I'll say. Here's what it looks like. You can break down the numbers, okay? And you can go through this. I won't go it online because I want you to do this for yourself if you're out there looking for a house. Now, the first thing I would ask you to do, you're going to see what these numbers are giving you. Is it the end-all, beat-all? Should you buy a house? No. What I highly suggest is you do this. Reach out to a realtor in that area that you're looking at. Why? They're going to be able to drill down all these numbers for you. They're going to be able to tell you what the average rent is in that area. For the house that you're looking to buy in. Unless you're looking to buy an 800 square foot house, you're good. But these numbers are only going to get worse if you rent a little bit bigger house than an 800 square foot home. So you want to get out with a realtor to make sure that, do a rent versus buy comparison. You want to figure out how much you can afford in that price range. So you need to get a good mortgage advisor involved. And then that'll determine if it's best time for you to buy or rent. So I'm putting a new series together that I'm going to start in about 2 to 3 weeks. I've been working on it diligently. That's why you see a lot of my videos not so great lately, because I'm really concentrating on some better quality material. So I'm going to have a group of videos coming out. Can you actually buy? It's going to be named this. Can I actually buy blank, 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 blank? And we're going to fill in the blanks. We're going to say, can I actually buy? In my first video is going to be my first home. And we're going to walk you through that whole process. Maybe video number 2 is going to be, can I actually buy my first rental property? Can I actually buy a condo? And I'm going to give you the good and the bad of condos. So there's a whole series coming down the pike. So I hope you check out those as well. And I hope you find value in all my videos. If you do, all I ask you to do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, hit the bell every time I post a video, you get an alert. Check out these other videos that I have. I think you'll find them very informative and enjoyable. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching TGIF. Have a fantastic Friday and weekend. And I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.